If you go often enough, you're going to become comfortable out there. I just think that's the greatest joy ever. What really defines hiking in the presidential range, it's the wind. The wind decides everything. On the days that you know you're in for somewhat of a beating from the wind or the cold, I think that has its own charm. Our presidential traverse was February, would have been the 19th to the 22nd, 1980. We knew the presidentials pretty well, and there were, it was sort of a given what it was going to be. So the first day was spent walking up the valleyway, setting up our camp. As you approach tree line, there's just this great feeling of anticipation. And because you're hearing the wind, you're very tuned in to your environment. There's really nothing like it. Women were looking to branch out on their own, and as much as they loved their men friends, husbands and boyfriends, when they were in the party, it was practically impossible for a woman to lead. What we were doing to decide to go out on our own without the men along seemed bold to us. The second day was a breeze, pretty perfect day. It's the kind of day when you go up into the presidentials, and if you had never been up there before, you can't imagine what it's like when the weather is bad, when the wind is howling. I mean, you can't really believe it. We really sailed across the range. And we ended up saying, gosh, that was too easy. We came up here to be tested. I was lucky enough to do the climbing that I did before climate change really kicked in. I'm feeling sadness for all of the people who are trying to form trips around the mountains now, because climate change is taking a big bite out of opportunities like that. It is changing. There's no doubt about that. I think any mountain trips will be compromised. Maybe with climate change, that's the best way to look at it. Proceed, if it's possible to proceed. Do what you can. You'll probably be able to do something if you don't mind walking in the rain. And so the third day was really the test. The wind was like funneling through. We were knocked down, and we were aware that things had changed. it was like, try harder. So we did, and we got around. But we were so connected on the goal and our feeling that we can do this, that we did it. It worked for us. Anything we do in the mountains can shape our perspective on life. Being in the mountains is not easy, and it's a learned skill, and you're doing it because it's where you want to be. You love making friendships that you can share in the mountains with people. So, the mountains can give you everything.